Hey, what up, guys? Low Jockey here. This morning, and I haven't made a video in a while. And excuse my hand. Haven't made a video in a while because I haven't been inspired by too much, right? So I'm a truck driver. I drive big trucks, but on the side, okay, I do my hustle game. You know what I'm saying? I don't let no time get wasted. So I got a quick story. There was a lady I met, and she was at the airport in Nashville. You know, my side hustle is Uber and Lyft, right? So she was at the airport, and for some reason, she came up to me. She approached to me to ask me, you know, she had some problems. She said, "Hey, I've been out here all day, and I've only made $40. You know, what am I doing wrong?" So I'm here to help. I'm not a veteran per se, but I have been doing it for a year and a half, so I do know the Nashville area. So basically, what I'm going to do is give you some tips on how to succeed at driving Lyft and Uber in Nashville. You know, I'll let you know about all my mistakes and pitfalls, and I'll give you some advice on what you can do to make more money. So basically, the first thing is just basically what is success, and success doing anything is basically identifying what you want to do. Identify what you want to do strongly. This lady has some kind of issue in her life. I don't know what it is, but I can tell. She was from St. Louis, and we're in Nashville, so she didn't even belong here, but I could tell it was some kind of pain going on in her life. So she felt strongly about driving Lyft and Uber like that was going to save her. Now, she took the action. The next step for any kind of success is to take action on what you want to do. You know, get up. So she took the time to go and hook up the Lyft app and the Uber app. She did those things, so she's not lazy at all. She got some kind of motivation. But her final challenge, right, in order to succeed is she got to persist and keep going against all the setbacks that are going to come. So she's in the third phase of success, right? So she felt strongly about this whole Lyft thing and Uber. She took action. She got the app. She got out there and she's moving around driving. Now she's got to go through the final phase. That phase can last a long time, all right? You know, when I started doing the Lyft and Uber, it took me at least 3 to 4 months just to figure out where my head was in the game, all right? So I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to succeed and how to avoid some of the mistakes that people do, all right? So that's what we're going to talk about. Hey, what up here? Got some more advice on the requirements. If you're gonna do Lyft or Uber, there are some requirements. Now, the first requirement for both of them is they're gonna do a background check to see if you even qualify, to see if you have a criminal background, right? So with Uber, when I did it, it's been a year and a half ago. It took them about a day and a half to run my name and whatnot through the system. With Lyft, it took a little longer. It took about 4 or 5 days before they cleared me to drive on their platform. So you can't have a criminal record, okay? That's not going to help you at all. Second requirement is, you know, the main one is your vehicle. What kind of vehicle can you have? How old can it be? In general, your car cannot be more than 10 years old. So right now at the time of this video, it's 2018. It's October 2018. So you can have a 2008, I would say that year. 2007, it probably wouldn't qualify, all right? So if you got an '07 car, '04, I don't care how clean it is or nice. However, it might be an exception. If you can take your car, get it clean, really nice. It could be a 2007, 2004 model that's nice and clean. You know, take it to the hub where you can meet a person if you're in an area like that and let them see your car. Maybe they can force it through on a computer, all right? So I have seen some cars that are a little bit older, but they're clean. They were gently used. So in general, a car 10 years old might not be right. But that's the general requirements. But it's probably a workaround that. It has to be a 4-door sedan, all right? A 4-door car, minivan, whatever. It's got to have at least 4 doors, all right? So you can't use a Mustang. I can't get my Mustang and go out there and go do Uber in it. It's not, it's not good for passengers. So no Mustangs, no smart cars, of course. Nothing stupid like that. 4-door. So it could be as long as a limo or as small as the, I forgot, this is a little Chevy Spark. A Chevy Spark has 4 doors, but it's tiny, all right? A lot of people say, hey, go get a Corolla, a Cruze, a Chevy Cruze, a Corolla, the smaller vehicles. Well, I can't think of a Prius and things like that. They save gas. That is true. They will save you on gas. Okay, gas is a part of the factor, but you do have to have some kind of customer service involved with the thing, right? So the smaller the car, in my opinion, the worse it is for you. You know, most Americans are kind of chunky. So when you show up at the airport, you got to pick up 3X offensive linemen, and you show up with a Chevy Spark and they got their luggage, you're going to have some problems, all right? So technically, you're supposed to be able to hold at least 3 other people besides yourself in that kind of car, as far as a passenger. So it's up to you what kind of car you get. But the basic requirement is it's got to be at least 10 years old. You're going to have some registration and proof of insurance also before they allow that to happen. So those are the basic requirements. So you got to have that drive to go and do it, and then you got to have the vehicle. So not anybody can do it because, you know, your car might be nice, but they might not approve it. So it's not for everybody. So could think about renting a car, but that's not the video we're doing. We're doing tips on how to succeed at Uber and Lyft, and that's the car requirements. And I'll talk to you next about some other things that you'll need. All right, so from this point, you got the drive to do it. You're ready to succeed. You've been qualified by Uber and Lyft to drive your car. Your car meets the requirements. So the next stage is like, you know, where are you going to go? How are you going to start? You know, where are you going to start on the app? Now, again, the lady I met who said she only made $40 all day, I met her about 4 o'clock at the airport, right? So it was about 4 in the afternoon. She had started at 8 in the morning. All right, here's the thing. There are certain hours in which normal people move around. Monday through Thursday, all right, in general, Monday through Thursday, between 8 a.m. and maybe about 3, that's going to be a dead zone because the people are at work. You know, they're at their place of work. They're not going to be moving around. So you got to be strategic on how you're going to go about this Uber thing, all right? So before work, you know, before 8 a.m., let's say you want to start at 4 a.m. There's people moving around going to the airport and work. That's a little hotbed of time to go. But once you get around 8, 8:30, 9, it dies down until maybe 3, 4 in the evening when people start moving around again. So if you take off at 8 o'clock and you haven't made any money before 4, you know, you might have went at a bad time, all right? That's number one. Number two, you cannot think like the herd. The herd is like, you know, a herd of cows. You cannot follow the herd. The first thing people think of when they think of Lyft and Uber is, I'll go to the airport. That's where I'll make my money. All right, now you can look on the app, on both apps. It'll show you. If you see there are 75 drivers, I'm talking about Nashville, Tennessee. If you see 75 drivers are at the airport, you do not want to go to the airport. That is not a positive thing. If you see a number like 25 or less, then you're okay. That means flights are moving. When you start seeing 70, 80 people at the airport, you'll be a herd. You'll follow the herd. You'll be a cow following it. So you want to be a contrarian. I think that's the word. You don't want to think like everybody else. You want to think outside the box. If they're at the airport, you go downtown. Go to the universities, you know. Maybe you'll get short rides, but people are moving. Don't follow the herd. That's my second tip, all right? The third thing is don't be so gimmicky. You know, a lot of videos tell you stuff like, oh, have water, have candies, have this, have that. In my opinion, don't have any of that crap. You know, you buy all these waters, they'll take a little sip out of the water, leave the trash in the back of your car. You buy candies, they open the wrapper, they leave the trash in the back of your car. You are inviting people to leave that behind, okay? The only thing you want to do is give them a nice, smooth ride in a clean environment. I've seen cars with all kind of gimmicks and crap inside. Lights flashing, Christmas lights, all that stuff. Do you know with Uber, you pick up a range of people from damn near homeless to millionaires. So you don't know who you're going to pick up at any point. You're going to embarrass somebody if you pick them up and your car looks like the freaking party wagon. Yeah, that might be funny to some, but you got to think about everybody in general. Everybody likes to get their Uber ride and go from point A to point B, okay? And in a cool environment. You don't want to pick them up and it's hot. You got your windows rolled down, all right? You don't want that. You got to think about customer service. If you smoke, and you should stop smoking, by the way, but if you smoke outside of your vehicle. You don't want to show up and you just smoked inside the car. You show up and pick up a passenger that doesn't smoke. They might not say anything, but if you look in your rearview mirror, they'll be upset, all right? And if a passenger does smoke and they get in your car, you don't want to get rid of them. You just need to pause your app and refreshing your car afterwards, all right? So those are my tips. Don't be so gimmicky. I know a lot of people say take water, ask for tips. Be humble, bro, or ma'am. Be humble. Learn how to carry a conversation with anybody. If they get in your car and the first thing they do is jump on the phone and start talking about business, don't say anything. Turn the radio down, let them talk, all right? Another thing is, they're going to ask you the same questions over and over. How long have you been doing this? Is this the only thing you do? Blah, blah, blah. How do you make a living? Half of the time they're curious on how you're doing it because they don't believe that people actually make money doing this thing, and they just got in your car and they're going to give you money. They don't believe it. All right? So they're going to ask you the same question over and over. So have a canned answer. How long have you been doing Uber? When they ask me that, I ask them, you mean how long today or how long have I been doing it, period? So I throw it right back on them. They might say, oh, how long have you been doing it today? They ask you that because they want to know how long you've been driving. They don't want you to be tired. All right? You can give them a canned answer. Oh, you're my second passenger today. You can tell them whatever you want to tell them. All right? This is just tips from me, all right? Now we're going to go out here and show you my car. All right, guys, we're going to walk out here, take a look at my car. All right, there it is right there. It's a Chevy Impala. All right. It's not some crazy immaculate car, but it's got a little size to it. All right. Now let's flip the camera around and I'll show you what's going on inside. All right, so here's the car. First step, all right, to keeping your car clean. They got these automatic car washes here in Tennessee. It's called Mr. Car Wash. And for $29, really the basic one is $19, but I get the $29 one. For $29, you can get your car washed at all times. And that's about $1 a day. You can wash your car all the time, even in the winter time. Let's look at the trunk. As you can see, my trunk is practically empty. I got some cleaning supplies right here. You got to keep your cleaning supplies. But you want to keep your trunk empty. No baby seats. None of your laundry, stuff like that you want to have in here. You want this thing to be empty, all right? Let's go and look inside. Back seat. Clean, all right? No lights. Nothing on the back of the seats that says, hey, give me a tip, please. None of that. You don't want to do that. That's gimmicky, all right? Close the trunk here. Let's go up in here on the inside. Show you some requirements. All right, so I'm inside the car. You got to have a phone holder. You don't want to go down the road holding the phone in your hands. That is a no-no. You don't want to do that. So, phone goes in the phone holder. Got to have some chargers, all right? I would suggest getting a double charger. I have a Android phone, but the first thing they're going to do is get in the car and ask me, hey, do you have an iPhone charger? My answer is, I sure do. Got my iPhone charger in my center console. iPhone charger is here. Boom. There it is. So this is how you get your tips, man. You just want to provide customer service, clean car, stuff like that. Another tip, if you want to invite people to sit in the back seat, you want to take this front seat, the passenger seat here, and move it forward as far as you can. So when they look through the window, they're going to automatically jump in the back, all right? So that's all you need. No gimmicks. They want to show up incognito, which means they just want to show up like a regular person. They don't want to show up. They don't want to show up with all the crazy chicken lights and all that weird party wagon looking stuff, all right? So these are some of the things you got to learn just to get started with Uber, right? So this is just some tips, and I hope this lady watches this video. So if I see you again, I don't know your name. I'm not trying to embarrass you. But I just want to give you a few tips because there's a lot of stuff you got to learn, you know. Even when you go to the hotels and you look at it and they give you the address on the map or whatever you use, you still don't know what a lobby is for every hotel in Nashville. It's hard. It's already hard enough. So the only way to win at this game is to keep doing it. Go to the hotels over and over and over again. You know, I have done thousands of rides doing this. All right, thousands of rides. So this is just my little tips on how to get started in Nashville or in general anywhere you go. You gotta learn what's going on in your city. Look on the computer, see what events are coming on, see what concerts are coming. You know, the main thing is don't do what the herd does. The herd is not right. Okay. Yeah, they're out there, but a lot of these guys are retirees. They're older people. There's nothing wrong with that. They think it's safe to go to the airport and pick up people. They don't want to go anywhere else and go to people's houses. But people have to get picked up from all over the place to get to the airport also. So you got to think outside the box. But if you got any questions, leave them in the comments. You know, subscribe to my channel. I'm almost at 15 people. I'm happy. Of course, I can go tell all my friends and family to subscribe, but I don't want to do it that way. If they find me, they find me the same way you found me, all right? So this is Low Jockey. I'm out, and you have a good day.